Okay. I'm out.
Vital signs critical.
8 chem launchers.
Incapacitated.
Okay, here comes the hive.
Rogue Stinger hive
Tier 6
detected.
yes. I'm at tier 6 yes. What's up agents, Patrick Wolf here. Welcome to another Division 2 build video. Today's build video is going to be something that is needed for a lot of people. Now, as you guys know, skills and status effects, i.e. the pyro build for example, are very strong right now. Burn and bleed is crazy. I'm going to show you guys a build that can mitigate it completely. This is going to be the anti-status build. This is how you guys can get 100% burn resistance and 100% bleed resistance. You can tank a tier 6 hive, all the shots from the hive, and it won't even take off 90% of your armor. It's very, very good at, being a tank, a true tank, where it be explosions, any kind of status effect. It works extremely well, and you will mitigate any kind of Seeker Mine build, any kind of chem shot pyro build. Like, this is a counter to my build that I released, because a lot of people are complaining about status effects. So I hope you guys do enjoy this. Let's get into it. So I decided to use Demolitionist. The reason being is because I haven't spec'd all the way into explosive resistance, because that's not what does the most damage. But if you wanted to bring this into PvE, this would also be perfect. And the great thing about this is you actually ignore explosions, which is really, really good. It's over here, so ignore explosions can only trigger once every 60 seconds. So that's also a very nice part of it. Also, you also get this armor kit. Armor kits repair 100% damage and boost weapon handling by 30%. Which is, it's crazy. The reason being is that we have got a chest talent that allows us to get a lot more utility from this. And I'm going to show you guys how strong this chest talent is with this build in a second. We also get burn resistance. Now this is one of the most important things. Getting maxed out burn resistance, it's not easy. It's possible. But depending on your mods and your gear, it might be a bit difficult, and your rolls, because I don't by any means have max rolls. This is 20% burn resistance, which is actually great. And make sure to use LMG and assault rifles. That's what we're going to be focusing on using. The whole point of this build is to show you guys how to mitigate it. If you want, you can sacrifice a piece to put like Petrov Defense or Fenris to give you more damage. But remember, this isn't completely just about, balancing damage. It's not a hybrid. It's just straight up tank, status effects, and skills. If you guys are getting bullied in the dark zone, with the guy with Seeker Mines and Hives, you run out with this build, he won't even be able to do anything to you, and you will kill him by the time you could do anything. So it's really, really strong at the moment. This is going to be it, guys. So the reason why I've gone for these pieces is because they stack hazard protection, which is very, very strong right now. The dark zone is full of it, and you need something like this. Now, all my rolls are nowhere near min-maxed. I just want to give you guys the idea. This is a 2 red, 4 blue. 1.2 million armor, 300k health. My rolls are very bad. You can get this as high armor as you want. I would recommend doing that, but obviously I don't have the right pieces, but I'm glad I can show you guys exactly how you want to do it. So the Pestilence is very good for this, because we don't have to have a lot of weapon damage to do a lot of damage, because you get the ticks, and the Plague of the Outcast is really, really strong. That's why we utilize this. It makes up for the damage, because we do have 2 reds, so you'll actually, we're heading for 73k. You can take someone out really well, especially any kind of skill player using a chem launcher, Seeker Mine, Hive. You will be able to out DPS them. You will kill them, because their skills will do nothing to you, and you'll absolutely just blitz them. We've tried this many times, guys. I'm sure you saw from the footage in the beginning. It's insane. So Glory Day is my favorite AR. I like this because you can knock enemies in the face all the time. It's nice if you're not really the best at aiming, especially on console. I recommend you guys using this at all times. I use this as my backup pistol, because it gives me a 10% armor over 5 seconds. You can switch this if you need some more healing. Then I fought a whole bunch of people in the DZ with this, and it works extremely well. It's really, really strong, and you don't even need a shield with this build at all. It's crazy, crazy good. I've also got 300k health. So let's go over the pieces. Now we're going to go over them in sets. So Seska is very, very good because it gives us crit chance and hazard protection. The 2-piece is very good. Now, the other way to get hazard protection is a 3-piece 511, but that's very difficult to run, and we don't need 3 pieces. We can run 2 pieces of this and then 1 piece YOL gear to give us the hazard protection. So you guys can put whatever you want. If you want to go full tank, you can. Obviously, I don't have the perfect pieces. As long as you guys make sure you put hazard protection on every single piece, you're going to need it. I am completely immune to bleed and fire, but the only problem with it, and which I'll get to you to show you guys in the stats section, is why it's so important to get these mods. These are blue system mods, defensive system mods, which allow you to get fire resistance and bleed resistance, the 2 strongest status effects in the Dark Zone and PvP currently. So make sure you guys put 1 or 2 of these on. It's very, very important. Luckily, Seska's got a blue mod slot, which is great. That's why it's very good to have these in the slot. Then once you've done that, we're going to go, you could put weapon damage or armor. Armor would be ideal, but I need to find the proper gear. Like I said, I can't farm everything perfect, otherwise I'll be here for, I'll only have 1 or 2 builds a month for you guys, so it doesn't make sense for me to do that. The chest piece, we've gone for Healer Guard because armor regeneration is very, very good right now. 10% health, 5% armor, very, very tanky. Nice armor roll. Hazard protection, great. Burn resistance, which is absolutely incredible. Make sure you guys stack this as much as possible. We can get 100%. You will not be put on fire like in the good old days, if you guys remember, before the patch. So efficient. This is why this is so strong, because armor kits are very good right now. Using an armor kit has a 50% chance not to consume the armor kit, but specialization armor kit bonuses are increased by 100%. What does that mean, guys? 60% weapon handling, and we're going to be getting 200% armor, which is insane. So as you can see, if you proc an armor kit, you're going to be an absolute beast. Your reticle on your guns, whatever, is going to be amazing. Your weapon handling is going to go through the roof. Very good as well if you use unhinged on your LMG. You will make up for all the weapon handling by far. So it's really, really good. Holster. This is a brilliant holster. I just need to get maxed out armor, which I don't have yet on holsters. But hazard protection, explosive resistance. Hello, beautiful. That's perfect. Exactly what we want. On the backpack, I have gone for concussion because I still want to be able to take enemies down, and this helps me a lot. It allows me to get more headshot damage, total weapon damage, which is really, really good, and it gives me, it helps me proc the pestilence even more, which is awesome. And I've make sure you guys have the Seska 2-piece for hazard protection. Then we've got weapon damage, explosive resistance, and hazard protection over 9%, which is great. Bleed resistance, very, very important. Make sure you guys roll that. Then on the gloves, we've got YOL gear. You can only find this in the Dark Zone. Make sure you guys go farm it in there. Very low armor roll, unfortunately for me. That's why my armor's a bit low. I should be at like 1.4, 1.5 mil. Then we've got explosive hazard protection, obviously. Make sure you guys stack that. The 1-piece has got hazard protection 10%, very important. Knee pads, same as the 3-piece as the Healer Guard. Explosive resistance and hazard protection with armor. Okay, so I've gone for the Defender Drone because it just allows you to tank even more. Pulse, very strong right now. EMP Pulse is what I use because you want to disrupt skills. So you want to disrupt C command before they can even hit you. So that's another way of mitigating skills. Status effects are crazy strong, but this will allow you to even potentially stop the skill from hitting you. It is difficult, but it can be done, especially going against groups of teams with status effect builds. So this is pretty good for that. The stats, this is where it gets very, very juicy and looks amazing. I'm not going to go over the damage. It's not a damage build. We're going to go straight over here. Have a look at this, guys. So we have got, if we go down, 50% pulse resistance, 37% explosive resistance, because explosions aren't that strong from skills in this game. It takes about half your armor, but with this, it'll take like 2 slithers of my armor. It doesn't even hurt me at all. Hazard protection is 78%. Now, this is a bit tricky. I've got 95% bleed resistance. Now, I can get 100% very easily if I just go and find just slightly higher rolls on my status effects and just one more good bleed resistance mod. So it's very, very possible to get 100% bleed resistance. Very, very possible. Just make sure you guys farm. I'm going to have to do some farming, but I can. But to be honest, guys, you don't even need, you just need about 80%. You don't even need that much because you can tank so much with this. Before you know it, you can get out of the hive and it just didn't even hurt you at all. It tickled you. So it depends how much you want to actually stack this. You guys can gauge and use my build as a template to adjust it to your own playstyle and put maybe even 50% of everything. But remember, on the firewall specialization, there is a sidearm that takes away 50% burn resistance. So we will be left with 50%, which is still very good. So remember that is also possible. So if someone pulls out their sidearm firewall, be careful because you might have a problem. But We are completely immune to burning. Amazing. Very, very nice. I am trying to get my 100% bleed, which is very possible. I just got to get a few more pieces. Won't be too difficult. And my mods, because my mods are pretty bad. I'm just unlucky. So 100% for that, which is very, very good. And we've got 78% for everything else. Shock resistance, everything, ensnare resistance. It's amazing. Poison resistance. Even for PvE, guys. It's very, very good for solo players. You can dish out good damage and tank so much. So yeah, this is my anti-status build. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Status effects will not affect you anymore, guys. I wanted to bring this out. I know it's going to counter my favorite build, the Pyro, but you guys deserve it, especially the people who are complaining about it in the DZ and don't like it. Seeker Minds, you know, when they hit you, they do one-shot you because of the bleed. This will mitigate it completely. So I hope you guys did enjoy this build video. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel for more Division 2 content, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace out.